Well, hello and welcome to the Public Speaking and Presenting Made Easy podcast, YouTube show and Facebook Live. This is episode number 3 and we are here to talk about the 1000 Voices Challenge and what you need to do in order to make it as a paid motivational speaker. Now, Public Speaking and Presenting Made Easy is an online show and it's a podcast, and it's full of all the tools, the tips, the techniques, the advice, all in bite-sized chunks that will help you stand up and speak with confidence every single time. Now, I spent the last 2 years asking hundreds of people what they found difficult about public speaking and presenting, and this podcast is all about what they told me. And I will show you how to overcome all those struggles and those difficulties. So if you have a fear or anxiety over public speaking, or if you struggle to structure and write your talk, or if you want to influence your audience to take action, or even decide to buy something, then this is the show for you. Always friendly, to the point, with no waffle, no padding. This is Public Speaking and Presenting Made Easy. So I want to start by talking about the 1000 Voices Challenge, and this is something that I am really excited about. We're on a mission. We're on a mission to discover 1000 voices that the world needs to hear. Now, all great speakers have a unique story. It is at the heart of every presentation or talk that they give. It is the big idea that shapes their life. It is their defining moment. And if you want to become a professional speaker, if you want to be a paid motivational speaker, if you want to be a life coach, then you need to find your unique story. It is the essential first step that you need to take. So the 1000 Voices Challenge is a unique 5-day email challenge. Okay, you can sign up for it, and the address is on the screen. It's at malmesburyspeakers.com/1000. That's the number 1000 as digits 10000. That's malmesburyspeakers.com/1000. And over the 5 days, you'll be guided through a process that's taken from my signature How to Become a Motivational Speaker course. And through it, you will find your unique message. Yeah, it's the story that only you can tell. Now, it doesn't happen often that people drop out of one of my speakers courses. I'm talking about one of the classroom courses. Now, there's been the odd illness, but for the few that have dropped out, in just about every case I can think of, with just one exception, so everybody's ever dropped out except for one, and we're only talking about 2 or 3 people, but they've always dropped out of the course because they believe that they actually don't have anything to say. And the shame of it is they actually do have something to say, in general terms, but they've not clarified their message. They've not distilled the truth to the point where they've got something new, unique, or interesting to say to an audience that would be willing to book a ticket to hear them. So this is the point of the 1000 Voices Challenge. It's going to guide you step by step through that thinking process. Yeah, and it can be a real head scratcher, actually. Yeah, how to identify your unique story, that core message. Because once you have that, you are ready to embark on your journey to become a paid speaker. Now, we get so caught up thinking about the delivery of it, the marketing of it, the money we're going to make, how much we're going to charge. All of these things are important, okay? But the most important thing is the message. And the clearer the message, the more successful a speaker you're going to be. Now, the greatest speakers in the world, people like Les Brown, or my coach and mentor, the great John Maxwell, you can sit and listen to them. They could speak for 45 minutes about the same thing. But at the end of 45 minutes, you'll be able to summarize everything that they said into a single sentence. Now, they've clarified their message to the point where you can get to the heart of it in a single sentence, a sentence that you want to print out. You're going to stick it on your desk, you're going to hang it on the fridge, you're going to post it on the bathroom mirror so that you look at it every single morning while you're brushing your teeth, and it's going to change your life. Now, this is what we call speaking with clarity. It's that process of refining your message so that it transforms from the story that you want to tell and becomes the story that your audience needs to hear. And those two things are often not the same. And this is one of the humbling lessons that professional speakers have to learn early on if they want to serve their audience well and reap the rewards that follow on from that. The story you want to tell is rarely the story the audience needs to hear. As a speaker, it can be very easy to think that you are the star of the show, that I am the star of the show, because, to think that you're the important person in the room. After all, you're the one that's on the stage. You're the one holding the microphone. You're the one with the spotlight shining onto you. You're the one that the audience has turned up to listen to. But the thing is, it's not true. It's not true. It's not all about you. Not at all. You see, the thing is, the audience is not interested in you. They're not interested in what happened to you. They're not interested in how you feel or how that person treated you. They don't care. Well, so I'm exaggerating a bit to make my point. And the point is this: it's not all about you. It is all about the audience. The audience cares way more about themselves than they will ever care about you. Everything that you say to the audience is processed through a filter that says, how does that apply to me? This means that the lessons that you learned through your defining moments, those things that shape your life, they're important to you, but they're not necessarily important to the audience. Now, what happened to you, however wonderful or awful it might have been, is important to you, but it's not important to the audience. Now, motivational speaking is not about therapy through the microphone. Listen to what happened to me. That's not what it's all about. Now, if you only want to share your story because it's going to make you feel better, then you will not succeed as a motivational speaker, because no one will pay to listen to you moan. No one's going to pay to listen to you feel sorry for yourself through the microphone. It's not about you. It is all about the audience. Successful speakers always seek to serve the audience. Serve the audience first, serve the audience most. Okay. So speaking about motivational speaking, if you want to be a successful motivational speaker, you need three things. First of all, you need a message, you need a market, and you need a motivation. Now, your message is the lesson that your audience needs to learn. If you sign up for the 1000 Voices Challenge, you will identify your unique story, your message, during those 5 days. So this is the important thing. This is the heart of your professional motivational speaking business. You need to know what your message is. Now, secondly, you need a market. You need people who are willing to pay to hear your message. Now, they might pay money, they might pay in their time, but either way, you need to be able to describe your talk in such a way that your target audience, the people who are going to find it valuable, they will decide that it's worth paying for, even before they've heard it. To be a professional speaker, you have to have a message that people are prepared to pay to hear. Otherwise, you're not a professional speaker. If you're not being paid, the business of being a speaker, whether you speak in person, whether you speak online, whether you speak to hundreds at a time or just 2 or 3 people. This is one of the things that my students learn on How to Be a Motivational Speaker course. This business of how to start and market and run a successful speaking business. You need to know who your market is. You need to know who your message is for. And finally, you need to know your motivation. Now, giving the same or similar presentation over and over again is tiring. It's physically tiring, it's mentally tiring, it's emotionally tiring. So you need to have your motivation clear so that it sustains you through the many hours that you're going to spend on the stage or in front of the camera. Now, a message, a market, and a motivation, the 3 essential keys to a successful career as a motivational speaker. Well, this has been episode 4 of Public Speaking and Presenting Made Easy. I'm Mark Faithful from the Malmesbury Speakers Academy. And if you're watching on Facebook, then please like our page. If you're on YouTube, then click that subscribe button. And if you're listening to a podcast, then you can subscribe using your favourite podcasting app. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Google Podcasts, or on Spotify. And don't forget, you can go to malmesburyspeakers.com/1000 and sign up for the free 5-day 1000 Voices Challenge. You're going to find your unique story that will be at the heart of your speaking business. Well, thank you for joining me today. Until next time, bye for now.